I tell you what, things are just not looking too good for this car here, so I'm going to do what we can do. I mean, right now the car is even less than a beater car. I mean, it's something has to happen, or this car. Hello, today I'm going to be doing a motor flush in this car here, and this car has a low oil pressure light that's coming on, so you know, really can't drive it very much at all. When the light does come on, I have to pretty much pull over and let it cool down, and then bring it back to the house. I've done a couple things, you know, to try to fix it. So far, it really hasn't worked. So I'll get into those a little later. Yeah, let's do this motor flush. Not really expecting it to make the light go off. That would be great if it did. But this is basically for cleaning the sludge out of the car and just lubricating the crankcase. It says to do this when the car is cold, and make sure that you can pour this whole cord in, I think it says to more specifically make sure that the oil level is at the safe mark, and then add the content of the bottle. Let me show you what the oil looks like here. It is clean. And it is right at 3/4 to that top mark. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take about a half a quart or 3/4 of a quart of oil out of this car, and then we'll add the Motormatic motor flush. And you can see it's really not that dirty. Now the pan has been completely cleaned in here recently, and I think that'll be good enough. Yeah, the pan and the oil pickup tube screen has been cleaned, so the pan is really clean, free of sludge. So what we're really going to be looking at is the crankcase, how good it cleans that up. So I'm also going to be taking a sample of this in a clear container, and we'll take a look at that and compare it to after the Motormatic has been ran through the motor for about 5 minutes, I think it is. Okay, so this motor oil was ran only about, well, less than 10 miles. Okay, so let's put it in this glass here. Yeah, we can add more about right there. Okay, got the car back on level ground now. Let's check the dipstick again. This is with the oil that we've taken out. We need to be in the safe area of the dipstick. That would be around the bottom hole there. Let's look at that one more time. I think we're good. Right around here is where we're at. So Yeah, now we're safe to add the motor medic. Okay, before adding, let's read the directions here. So check to make certain oil and crankcase is up to safe level. We've done that. Add motor medic. It's motor flush to cold engine before changing oil and filter. Idle engine at normal speed for 5 minutes. Do not drive vehicle. Motor flush will circulate throughout the entire lubricating system of the engine, dissolving sludge, gums, and varnishes from engine and oil pan. It also frees sticking valves and rings. Number 3, drain crankcase and remove oil filter. Replace drain plug and install new oil filter. Note on engines with over 75,000 miles or excessive deposits, remove and clean the oil pan to minimize the risk of engine damage, which I have done that. Also, it says to refill crankcase with oil. Note, extremely dirty engines may require repeat treatment. Follow directions 1 through 4. Okay, so this car has 160,000 miles on it. Before I treated it with anything, I took off the oil pan, cleaned out that pickup tube, and ran the car for under 10 miles before I noticed that the light was coming back on. So we're going to be looking at what this will do to the crankcase. We already know the pan is clean. Oil doesn't. Well, we'll take a look at the oil after I drain it from 5 minutes idling here, and we'll compare it. Take a look at the sludge there. It's just baked on there. Okay, here we go. Okay, motor medic going in. I probably need 2 hands for this. Slow and steady here. Alright, there we go. Let's start her up, let her idle for 5 minutes. Alright, so here we are right at the 5-minute mark now. Idling close to normal here. It's like it maybe still a little bit high. At 500, I guess, RPMs. Let's take a look at the engine. No light has came on, but then again, it does not usually come on at warm up. Getting ready to drain this. Listen closely here. You hear some clicking, I can. Alright, let's turn it off and let's drain it. Alright, we're going to drain it now. And I'm just going to probably let a little bit come out so that I can pour it into the glass. Then I'll drain the rest out later. That is, if it's not too hot. Alright, it didn't look too dirty to me. I don't even know if that's enough. Let's do a little more. Yeah, it didn't look that dirty to me. I don't think 5 minutes would have really been enough, but I'm just trying to go by the instructions. I'm going to go ahead and finish draining it now, and we'll take a look at the two samples here in just a second. Alright, no signs of any clumpy sludge. Alright, I'm starting to get sprayed here, so I'm going to back off, but yeah, nothing unusual here really. Okay, here's the oil filter that I just pulled off. Again, this only has about 10 miles on it, so you know, it still looks really good. From what I can see, I don't see any sludge filtered through it. So with the new oil change, I'm going to go ahead and put in, I'm going with the O'Reilly generic here, and then micro guard here. So make sure they gave me the right one. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and change filter and add this oil here and try to give it a test drive before it gets dark. In the meantime, we're going to go over to the two samples, and well, we still do have some sunlight, and try to take a look at those. Alright, so you can see the Motor Medic here has just a little bit less in it. Let's move it to a better location. Alright, so Motor Medic, old oil. I really can't tell any difference at all. Motor Medic, old oil. I honestly can't tell a difference. Will it clean the valve lifters in my crankcase? I don't know. I don't know how else to test this. There is no obvious difference here. So let's go drive the vehicle and see if we can tell a difference. Okay, I just completed the oil change now, and what I'm going to do is start the engine up. I'm going to let it run and get to about 400 RPMs. All right, now here is after the motor flush with the new oil and oil filter added. Just started the car for the first time. Temperature's getting up to normal, close to normal. Idle right around 400 there. Let's take a listen to the engine. Can't really tell a big difference myself. It may be a little quieter. But I'm going to go ahead and drive the car now. I'm in a private business complex here. We're at normal driving temperature here. Light has not come on. As far as the motor flush, you know, I don't know what to say. Do your own due diligence on whether to use that product or not. I don't see, actually it feels like it drives a little better. Yeah, that could just all be in my mind, I don't know, but it definitely doesn't seem like it's hurt the vehicle at all. I do know that if the light does come on, it will take a while, so I'm probably going to end the video at this point. And if I do see anything, if there is any significance worth noting, I'll leave that in the description below. So yeah, it looks good now, drives good, but yeah, I've only been driving it for probably a mile. 3,200 RPMs. Light did not come on. That is actually a good sight right there. All right, just making some circles around the parking lot here. Everything is looking really good now. I would have expected that light to have come on a long time ago. But it hasn't. Can't say that it's fixed, but this is looking really positive. I'm going to stop the car in just a second and we'll take another listen to it. But no light. Other than check engine light, I'm not really concerned about that. At this point, that's something totally different. Let's take a listen here. Still a little timid about getting it too far away from the house. Light would be on right there, it'd be red. That's a beautiful thing right there. Got an update here. It's the next day. Back out again, test driving the car. I'm a little over 12 miles of just driving the car around now, and the light still has not come on. At this point, I'm pretty convinced that the motor flush has done something to clean and to boost that oil pressure that I needed to keep the light from coming on. So yeah, actually pretty stoked. I must admit I was a little skeptical. I actually thought might have had a bad oil pump. So things looking really good here. I think this person's gonna let me out. I'm gonna have to go get some gas here in a second, but yeah, Motormatic. What I'll probably be doing is changing the oil again in about 1,000 miles and doing the motor flush again. You know, I may do that from here on out, but especially since this car is prone to having sludge, probably go out and buy myself a new oil filler cap. Looks like the seal is pretty bad on that, but I guess again that'll be it. Finally, this will be the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and until next time, have a great day out there. Take care.